Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm joined this evening by one half of the partners in crime, and that's Mr. Callum Sanderson. How are we? And lo and behold, the technical issues has struck again. You right there, Callum? You're back now. We're
Yeah,
live.
I keep on freezing. Yeah.
You keep on freezing. How are you?
Yeah, good, bro. Good. Happy to be
Good,
back
good.
on the channel. How are you?
I've since the boxing. It's been a bit stressful at work, but we're back.
Yeah,
We're back
back.
We're back in the happy place.
Our happy place. MMA.
Our happy place where no matter what happens in football, this is always the happy place.
This is indeed.
And after, if anyone's not watched the watch long for Dubois, Anthony Joshua, then you'd see I was not in a happy place.
Yeah.
That's what AJ literally lined flat out. And if you want to see my live reaction, check out that watch long because you'll get to see that there. But back to the UFC, and we are back in Paris. We're back in Paris. Moicano versus Benoit Saint-Denis. And everyone knows Benoit's my guy. I rate him very highly. Don't rate his past because he's got a bit of a shady
yeah.
Especially the real reason why he's got the God of War name. It sounds badass, but when you read into it, it's not so badass. So yeah, I may be switching. You never know. But I'd say this is a big matchup in the lightweight division. I don't think this fight's got no title implications at all. This is a good opportunity for Benoit to bounce back after getting KO'd by Dustin Poirier. I think, if memory serves me correctly, Moicano is coming off a win. I'll just double check that, but I believe Moicano is coming off a win at the moment. But I will just confirm that quickly. The beauties.
He is, yeah. Jalen Turner, I think he last fought.
Yes, a big win where he did
get 300, I think.
Yeah, did get put on his ass. Thought that Jalen was going to finish the fight, and then he just pulled out a victory out of nowhere. But before we actually get into the fight, Paddy, UK's own Paddy Pimlet, is going to keep an eye out on this one because Paddy said that if the UFC might ask him to fight again this year, we see how Manny Moicano does. So it looks like potentially we get Manny Moicano versus Paddy Pimlet if Moicano comes through this. I don't know how we'd feel about that as a potential matchup.
I think it'd be a quick turnaround for Moicano or Benoit to fight Paddy by the end of the year, unless they finish the fight, they can come through unscathed.
Yeah, but I'd highly doubt it. But before we get into the preview, make sure to smash the like button, share button, and subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe to the Sanderson Show. The link is in the title. I don't know whether or not you've hit 2K yet, or whether or not you're literally on the edge.
I'm on the edge.
He's on the edge.
I'm on the edge of glory. Very close. Very close.
Sure, make sure to subscribe to the Sanderson Show. Let's get to that 2K mark, and also subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. He's not on the channel tonight, but he's always on the channel. So make sure to show some love to him as well. So make sure to subscribe as well. And also subscribe to this channel as well. I think we're on about 234 subs, so we're growing slowly. So if you want to be part of that journey, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Right. Big main event. I do feel like Benoit needs this win more for me. Because when he got that opportunity against Dustin, we were like, hey, some fresh blood. We could finally get someone out of nowhere into this top 5. One staph infection later, and he got sent right back to where he started. What do you think? Big opportunity for him to bounce back to say, hey, what happened against Dustin? The first round, Dustin was in some trouble.
Put Dustin.
Stuck it on him.
It's a difficult one because in the record books, it's going to show he got KO'd by Dustin, and he did. Not Dustin's fault, he got staph infection, but you could see it affected him. because Benoit does keep a good pace, and if he was able to keep that pace, I don't think the fight would have gone how it went. That being said, he is someone who does like to grapple, and if you're going to grapple with someone like Moicano, is very dangerous as well. I think they both need a win. Moicano to keep the momentum going, but Benoit's back on the horse as well. It's for me, this is more of a fan fight as opposed to a fighter's fight in terms of neither really get much from winning this in terms of rankings. It's 11 versus 12.
Yeah.
Not like they're going to shoot up the rankings or anything. Like the Dustin Poirier for Benoit meant a lot for the fighter. This fight means a lot to us as fans because it's like two fan-friendly fighters getting in there to fight.
And we know really Paris is going to be electric. We know Paris
is going to be crazy.
Like, look at the WWE when they went back there with Cyril.
Oh, amazing. Probably they might be the best crowd in Europe. Maybe apart from Republic of Ireland, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably say a recent time because the UFC's not been back to Dublin with regards to the UFC capacity since McGregor. Obviously, we'll touch on the boxing stuff a bit later on. Yeah. But I think, the French know how to create an atmosphere, and I think you saw that. Absolutely. I think there was a clip. Was it John Goodman, Paul Felder? Was it Bisping? Was like they can't hear themselves, and the arena was shaking. So, hey, if we can get that similar atmosphere again, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be crazy.
It's UK time as well, so the main card starts at 8.
About bloody time.
Love it. And I think 7 out the next 12 events, UFC events this year, are all going to be benefit for Europe.
Good.
So more watch-alongs at sensible hours. But
fact.
Spoke about Benoit. Let's talk about Moicano wants money.
Moicano wants money.
That line is cold. That line made him a mega star, man.
Yeah.
The second he dropped that line and Rogan just pissed himself laughing, you were like,
Joe Hogan.
I fucking love you, Joe Hogan.
Moicano wants money.
And like the way, like now, like doing his podcast with like Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
When he was like, rant lightweight, and he was like, who was that? Paddy Bimley, easy money. And then he was going through other lightweights, saying like easy money. And then he goes, Charles Oliveira, not so easy money.
Yeah.
And then he said today that Benoit is not easy money, which I think he's going to find
Moicano, man. I really like Moicano. I like Benoit Saint-Denis as well. Like if I had to pick who I'd want to win, I'd probably go Moicano because Moicano's been around for longer. But I genuinely like this. I'm so looking forward to this fight, man.
Yeah, I think for Moicano, I think the thing that would be concerning, because I definitely think Benoit is definitely one of them, the harder hitter lightweights that are sort of down in that bottom half of the rankings. And would you say that he's a more powerful puncher than Jalen Turner? Or would you say Benoit?
I would say Benoit hits harder, but I think Jalen's more accurate and quicker.
Yeah, that moment in the Jalen fight when Jalen knocks down Moicano, and I'm thinking, if that's Benoit, man, in Paris,
jumping on him,
you might not be getting back up from that. You know,
no, you wouldn't.
You are jiu-jitsu wise. I think the crowd, that whole momentum would just be like a swarm, and Benoit would just dive to get the finish. So I do think
Moicano is tough though, because remember he pretty much got off the couch and fought RDA, took a beating in that fight and didn't quit at all.
He took an absolute beating, and like we always say, like when fighters do stuff like that, as fans we appreciate them so much.
Yeah,
but like the chin's got an expiry date where eventually that chin's not going to hold up anymore. And I always get concerned. It's like, okay, how many top quality fights have you got left where you can literally lay it all out on the line before you get Tony Ferguson, where the chin resistance is no more? I don't think that's an issue for Moicano, because How old is Moicano? Like early 30s,
Yeah, early 30s, I think.
late 20s,
But
early 30s. So he's
he's been in there with everyone. He's been in there with Ortega, if I'm not mistaken. He's been in there with Aldo, Ziev, Jeremy. Like, he's been in there with everyone. Like, he does not turn down fights. He's a warrior, that guy.
I think if he can get Benoit in the clinch, I think that's where he'll get his best work done. If you can get him up against the cage in the clinch, if he can initiate the takedown, I think that's where Moicano's in the money. Excuse the pun. Like, that's where he'll be in the money. If he can take it down to the ground, use that jiu-jitsu, I think that's where he will be. You know, that's where Moicano will get his best work done. But I think the winner, I actually said earlier, like the winner doesn't
fans. The winner's the fans.
Much ranking wise.
Yeah.
I do think that Benoit probably has more to gain if he wins, because people are going to go, okay, he got KO'd by Dustin, but he had a staph infection. Round one, he was piecing Dustin up, and you're probably thinking, God, if he didn't have a staph infection and we went another round, Dustin may not be out there. But I do feel like that if Moicano wins, as we touched on earlier, could potentially get fed. I wouldn't say fed, because a Moicano Pimlet matchup is going to be great on the mic. I think it's going to be it's going to be a very tough fight for Paddy, tougher than he probably thinks he realizes. So I think the person that needs it more in terms of like rankings and progressing is probably Benoit Saint-Denis.
Yeah,
because when he got that Dustin shot, we were like saying, "Hey, this is a big opportunity."
This is it. Yeah. Well, I think me, you, and Jamie all predicted that he'd beat Dustin, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, Jamie said that. Didn't Jamie say? And I quote, "Dustin's a bum."
Yeah.
Jamie's favorite line. ...
Yeah.
He needs to get merch. He needs to get merch in that, Jamie. But I think who have you got in this fight? Who have you got? Because this is a pick 'em fight. Like if you're looking at bets,
it's a tough fight to pick. I'd probably go Saint-Denis only because it's in France. He'll hopefully be coming in healthy, and I do think Moicano is hittable. And if you're Saint-Denis and you hit someone, we saw what he did to Favola with that head kick.
Oh, like, my days! Oh
yeah, he's devastating when he catches you. I'm gonna go Saint-Denis. You know, I think I'm gonna go Saint-Denis. What about yourself?
This is the tricky one. This is a tricky one. I'm gonna back my boy. I'm gonna back my boy Benoit. I'm gonna back him. I back him to get the finish because Moicano's got. He is like, what's the polite way to say? He is. I wouldn't say a Poundland version because that would be very disrespectful. He is Charles Oliveira light.
Yes.
Great jiu-jitsu, a great striker, very hittable. Yeah, he's probably guaranteed to probably get knocked down every single fight where you go, oh crap, is this guy in trouble?
Yeah.
But he always needs to pull it out of the hat. And I just don't think this time he will be able to pull it out of the hat, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to go Benoit. I'm going to go round 3 TKO.
I'm going round 2.
You're going to go round 2?
Yeah.
I hope so too. Benoit, you come for that belt. It's Dreams fight Islam Makhachev. Let's make that fight happen. Yeah?
I'll be honest with you. Stylistically, Benoit Saint-Denis would be horrible for Paddy.
Yeah, I just don't imagine that happening, to be honest. Comment here from Gmo is it JMO from the block? Shout out JMO. I really like both fighters, but yeah, the hometown will be a huge factor. Saint-Denis for me. Yeah, I think Paris is electric, and I think all the French fighters on that card is just going to get that extra boost. To really, try to get finishes. Just whatever you do, just don't ask Dana for bonuses because for bonus increases, because the answer is going to be no.
It's crazy.
But moving on, co-main event time. Nasruddin Imamov versus Brendan Allen. So this is
welterweight.
No,
No,
this
middleweight.
is middleweight.
Middleweight.
This is middleweight. I'll just go check the rankings now. I do believe that is Allen.
This is sorry to cut you. Imavov's ranked number 4. Allen's ranked number 8.
Okay.
This
yes, because Imavov got that TKO victory over Jared Cannonier in June.
Yeah, controversially
got that finish. So I'd say this is a massive opportunity for Brendan Allen, because we know Brendan Allen wants to get that title shot. He's had that run in with Sean Strickland. Ironically, both of them have lost to Sean Strickland. Imavov lost to Strickland back in January last year. I believe that was at light heavyweight though, last minute.
Oh yeah, yes.
So it wasn't a middleweight bout. And I think Allen lost via TKO, I think, several years ago. I remember watching that fight in the Apex. I remember that. And yeah, and plus, obviously, Brendan Allen's coming off a decision win against his, I think he's still his mate, Chris Curtis.
Yeah, them two are up and down.
Do you know if they're still friends or whether or not they're falling out? Because Sean Strickland likes to beef with anyone. So yeah, let us know if they're still mates.
I'll be honest. If whoever wins this fight, is potentially 2 fights away from fight for the title. Maybe even 1.
So actually, just having a look here. So he lost to Chris. So his last loss, Brendan Allen, was to Chris Curtis back in December 2021.
Was that a stoppage or did that go through?
That's a TKO with knees. KO with knees.
Yeah.
And he lost to Strickland by KO in 2020 on the Felder dos Anjos card. I remember staying up to watch that, to be fair.
Yeah. Felder came out of retirement for that fight, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Literally came off the bike. And then since Allen's lost to Curtis, he's beat Sam Alvey, Jacob Mulcoon, Christoph Yonko, Andre Muniz, Bruno Silva, who's arguably gave Alex Pereira his toughest fight at middleweight. Absolutely subbed Paul Craig, and then got the W back over Chris Curtis, which I think was a bit of a controversial one, if memory serves me correctly. That decision went against Curtis.
Was that not like fight of the night or something like that? Wasn't that a really good fight?
I think so.
5 rounds? I feel like that was a 5-rounder.
Yeah, it went in 5 rounds. A big up CJ every time.
Big up CJ.
Big up
that
CJ.
was a hell of a fight. If that's the fight I'm thinking of, that was a hell of a fight.
But is that the one where Chris Curtis was acting like a little baby, or was that against someone else?
That was someone else. That Chris Curtis, I think, tore his hamstring in the fight. Yeah, that was England card. The fight against Brendan Allen, I think he tore his hamstring right at the end of the fight.
Yes, I remember that. And obviously, yeah. So ironically, Allen's losses have come against Sean Strickland and his mate. So
yeah,
no wonder he wants to fight Strickland again.
Just to cut you, the middleweight division, we are probably in the period now where there's a transition happening, because Borralho, Allen, Imavov, I mean, they could all be in the top 6 of the division. If Hazat beats Whitaker, he then moves into the top 4. Izzy and Strickland, I mean, Duplessis is the champion. Izzy and Strickland, man, like, they could lose their little, like, we could see a full change in the guard in the middleweight division very soon.
I think so. I think Strickland's out the 2. I think Strickland's the safest because he's more well-rounded than Izzy. I do feel like the blueprint to beat Izzy now, with the quality of middleweights there, I do think they're going to find it easier to beat an Izzy. rather than beat a Strickland, because Strickland's got the wrestling. Even though Strickland never uses his wrestling, it's a bit Justin Gaethje-ish for me. He's got the wrestling, but we never see it unless he needs to defend himself.
I think he's got good defensive wrestling. I don't think he's got very good offensive wrestling.
So yeah, but a full changing off the guard completely, but massive opportunity for Brendan Allen. For Imavov, it all depends what happens with Dricus. I think that's the thing, because I do have a worry that this division is going to get held up for a bit.
You reckon
for
Dricus goes
Pereira.
up?
Regardless if Dricus goes up or whether not Pereira comes down. So I think that's going to hold up the champ for a bit.
I don't think either happens. I know Pereira's teasing it, but I don't think either one happens.
Yeah. But in
I'll be honest with you, that Roundtree fight is not a given for Pereira, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But if I'm Pereira, I just take him out to deep waters, see if he can go championship rounds. But thing is with middleweight, right? Let's say we get the Dricus Alex, regardless what division it's in, right? Sean Strickland's adamant he's not fighting anyone but Dricus. Izzy, his coach said he'll come to fight at the end of the year. For me, I think you've called it. Brialo's asked for it. He wants Izzy December.
Yeah.
So Mystic Cal strikes again. So possibly
that's the fight.
That's a good fight. Stick that, because I do think I have a theory. 310 will be headlined by Bilal versus Shavkat. So we're gonna need some star power on that card. So Izzy Brahario 3 rounds. Good enough for me. Whittaker Hamzat. Don't know what's gonna happen. I do think if Hamzat wins, you're scrapping you're scrapping Dricus versus Alex. You're giving Hamzat Dricus because it's the UFC. Because the UFC still see that big star potential in Hamzat that they'll give him a title shot straight away. Imavov, if he wins, I don't think he'll fight Izzy. He's not fighting Strickland. He could fight the winner of Whittaker Chimaev, or the loser of Whittaker Chimaev.
Yeah.
For me, if Allen wins, okay. I don't know. I don't think fighters really see Allen as that name that they go, okay, yeah, I'll risk my ranking for him. But he would be ranked number 4, to be fair. CJ,
Shall I be real with you? Say for example, Whittaker would be if regardless of the result, let's say Allen wins, regardless of the result. Sorry, let's say Whittaker wins and Allen wins. I think you can do that in Australia early next year, because the UFC usually goes to Australia around February time, right?
Yes, and plus Whittaker does like to keep active.
You could do Whittaker Allen in both Australian.
No, it's not. Allen's on All-American match.
Is it Brendan Allen? Are you sure?
Yeah, Brendan's All-American.
Why did I think he was Australian?
You're thinking of like Jake Matthews.
You're right. I am thinking about Jake Matthews. Silly
yeah.
me. You're right.
CJ,
I am.
I'll just answer this for you quickly, my friend. Either if you're doing watch on Batovia Bivol, I am on my channel. So why would I'm actually getting into the boxing game here, just like someone else that we'll touch on in a minute. Yeah, so I will be doing that when it's out as well. So the last one did really, really well. So hopefully we'll get the same again.
Yeah, we will.
CJ will be there. We will be there.
Come on.
We will be there. I should join you. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Predictions. Predictions.
Oh, this is a tough one.
What are you thinking?
I'm actually thinking to go with Allen.
Ooh. How though?
I think he does it with grappling. I think he uses his wrestling. I think he gets a decision win.
I can't have the French to have it all their own way, to be fair.
I've got Alan winning this. I know I said it before. I actually think middleweight's the most exciting division at the moment. I honestly do.
Yeah. Be a tricky one. CJ with another comment. Shout out, CJ. I used to box when I was young in New York. Met some folks, ended up tearing my Achilles and never felt the same. You know what? Yeah, I would definitely get that sorted out for you to jump on the watch on for Brazilian Pitfall. That's gonna be a good event. Gonna be a good event. I'll be different and I'll go with Imavov by decision because I feel like that's a safe bet. I feel like that is a safe bet, to be fair. Imavov by decision. Okay. Let's touch on the other big stories because recently, since before AJ Joshua, there was another event on. It was Callum Walsh versus ex-opponent. Can't pronounce his name. Don't want to butcher it, right?
Yeah.
This event was very different because this was on the UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah.
People were thinking, why not on the UFC Fight Pass? Because Dana was given that event. Because it looks like Dana's finally going to enter the boxing world.
It's time.
How are we feeling about that, Callum?
I need to actually see it happen. Because he's speaking about it for years.
He said he's got news in 2025.
Bro, we've been hearing about Zuffa boxing for such a long time. I just need to see it. And I mean, I don't want to ruin one of your topics that you're going to speak about with Jay. I'd have thought that person who you're going to speak about tomorrow could have potentially been a part of that. But it seems as though he's not going to be. Is this maybe the reason they're keeping Conor back as well, maybe?
I think that's a whole nother ball game why they're keeping Conor back.
How's it going to work? Is Dana going to manage? Is he going to actually get into the promote? Is he actually going to start working with Turkey, for example, and getting fights under the Riyadh season, or is he going to make it a UFC type of thing where boxers come to his promotion? I don't under his stable. I don't know.
Okay, I don't want to play the clip because last time I played long clips, I got copyright striked. Yeah. So I won't be playing big clips, right? So I'll just read out a few comments just so people could understand where it's coming from. Read out a few more comments from CJ. Don't know how to feel about that. Neither do I, to be honest. Will it be a legit promotion or will it be focusing more on crossover fights? I'll just go through some of the comments that Dana said. Obviously, when the big news breaks in 2025, we'll cover it in more detail. But I think Dana's just sowing the seeds. So Dana White is coming all guns blazing in the world of boxing promotion. People have been talking about the demise of boxing for 30 years, and we're still talking about boxing now. I've always had an idea on how it should be done. Mike Tyson says Dana is going to be the best thing that happened to boxing. He quote, just like the UFC, if you're in the UFC and nobody's booing the fight, you're not going to see the guy. The next fight is going to be South Dakota somewhere, only good fights. If you don't have a good fight, you ain't never going to see that guy again. If any other fights stink, you're not coming back in the UFC no more. You never get to see those guys again. Oh, okay. How to feel about that?
All right, I love Mike. You know how much I love Mike Tyson. I don't like that quote though.
He's smoking too much, Judge, for me.
Yeah, like I don't like quotes like the whole notion of, and again, this is all Dana White's fault. If a fight's not to his liking, it's classed as boring.
Yeah, but this is the thing I don't understand, right? Because we'll definitely get Jamie talking about this as well. So people want to hear Jamie's opinion. Jamie will definitely give his opinion probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
because we'll probably talk about it with him tomorrow. Another comment here from Jadira, do you guys do boxing and MMA or only one? At the moment, I'm just doing MMA. I think I'm expanding more into boxing.
Yeah.
I did the AJ Dubois watch along on my channel. I'm going to do Peterviev, Bivol. We'll probably do Usyk Fury. Obviously, we'll do more previews like we did for AJ Dubois, which went down really, really well. Got Tyon from Never a Foul, so hopefully get him back on, get some more people on as well. So looking to expand into boxing as well, but also keeping the core of MMA as well. So that's the overall plan. That is division. The thing that I don't understand, right? Because I'm trying to find the quote about when he mentioned saying like the UFC and stuff like that.
The thing is, Dana's going to have UFC, Power Slap, and then boxing. Is he going to be able to actually spread himself that thin?
Well, let's be honest. I don't think he's got that love for the UFC anymore.
So maybe Hunter Campbell takes that.
Love that drive. And you know what was the killer, right? The press conference after the Contender Series. Gets asked about the newest UFC signing, Rainier Derrida, 2 Division 1 FC champion.
Yeah.
And he goes, who? Yeah, so I need to ask Hunter and so about him because I don't know.
That is shockingly bad.
Which tells me he is so disconnected from the UFC.
Yeah. He might as well not even do the press conference if he's doing stuff like that.
Might as well not do the press conferences, but because at the moment, the biggest star in the UFC is Dana. Dana has to be the big star, which is wrong, to be honest.
Yeah.
Chadira with another comment again. I can see a sneaky Moicano win. He's been undercooked a little bit. When you really put BSD under a microscope, his striking is very mediocre even before that Dustin fight. Yeah, can see that. But
I wouldn't go as far as say mediocre. I wouldn't say he's some great striker, but I think he hits very hard. He's a good striker. I wouldn't say. I think mediocre is harsh.
But I'll be rooting for him. Okay, and then CJ, he has no interest in the UFC. He's focused on the slap stuff. Yeah, like his drive for the UFC to make it the biggest. I think you can tell by the quality of cards, his reluctancy to go out to the US more ever since COVID. His what's the word? Just look at the way he reacts to the media. Snappy. Like if Dana doesn't get his way, then you know about it.
Yeah.
Big up Michael as well with another comment saying, "Hi guys, hope you're both good." Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Callum's come off a lovely wedding in Portugal, so he's looking good.
It was a busy one.
It's worn him down. Weight-wise, he looks as good as he's ever been, but I think
do you know what? In fairness, that I probably agree. The UFC, like running UFC, must be so difficult, and obviously he brought it from like the bottom right up to the top. But I think there's so many things he could be doing different right now. I hate the way he's dumping on fighters. I hate the way he's like, if I'm Derrida and I've just signed and I've got the president of UFC saying, "Oh, who's that?" I'll be thinking, bro, like I've just come over. You're meant to be promoting the hell out of me right now.
Yeah,
and you just
his debut fight against Manshaft.
Yeah, so. Like you should be like, oh, I don't know.
Big up Michael again with another comment saying, "Have you either watched Kingdom, the MMA TV show? I'm rewatching it. Love it."
No, what platform is it, Michael, bro?
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, just drop it in what platform it is. Another comment here from Chadiro. Just reviewed the lightweight top 15. I can confidently say everyone against BSD in the rankings except Dariush or Gamrot either KO or beat up Dariush on the feet. What do you think?
Oh, I think Dariush beats. I mean, Dariush is difficult actually because he's coming off 2 losses, but he's coming off 2 losses to 2 of the top 3 in the division. To be fair,
I think Benoit did okay on the feet against Dustin, got him rocked.
Yeah, he did. I think Dariush could beat Saint-Denis. Gamrot's a weird one because
Gamrot's a weird one.
He's a weird one because he should be better than what he is,
Benoit
but he
beat
just.
Hooker.
Oh, I mean, blonde tattoo Hooker. I don't know. Pre-tattoo Hooker, yeah, he'd have beaten him. But this version of Hooker, I don't know.
This is midlife crisis Hooker. Michael with a comment. I think it's Prime. 8.5 out of 10 about two brothers MMA fighters.
Yeah, I'm tuning in, man.
Prime was between 2016-19, 3 seasons. You know what? Might need to give it a go. Beyond,
I was about to start watching.
List.
I know this is off topic. I started watching the Vince McMahon documentary. Have you watched it?
I have not yet.
It's decent start. I've only watched one episode. Decent start.
And obviously, with the news about Dana, Oscar De La Hoya, Dana's favorite Mexican, Oscar De La Hoya and Dana White getting into boxing. You realize you have to pay the boxers real money if you want to be in our sport, right? Okay.
He's got a point.
Promoting a scumbag and a POS. Way to start your Neanderthal path into the world of boxing. Is that a real quote? Is that a real fucking quote?
It's probably a real quote. I mean, the money part's right. Again, this maybe, but here's the thing: the UFC make enough money to pay the fighters more. The problem, Dane, is
me. I have a bold prediction. If this boxing thing gets off the ground, Dana will step down from the UFC.
Here's the thing, though. This is where I'm confused because Dana and the UFC don't like to pay over a certain amount, right? You've got people like O'Malley, Kamaru. Even when Kamaru was dominating, what's Kamaru calling for? The Canelo fight. So clearly, there's an issue there where the fighters don't feel as though they can break through a certain threshold when it comes to money. Is Zoo for boxing going to become that? Like, I don't see it happening. Unless maybe he goes, you know what? Since so many guys are wanting to fight because they want to make more money, I have a boxing promotion. We'll cross promote fights. I'll make money from that, and the fight's going to get paid as well. Maybe that's what's going to happen.
Chadira with another comment as well. Shout out to you. How does the John Jones that beat DC in the second fight, Prime Roy Jones, does against a current Ankalaev, my dream fight?
Destroys Ankalaev.
Destroys him.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be close. Yeah, it wouldn't even be close.
Oscar's video standing Dana pretty hilarious. Oh, hating Dana pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Dana has a reputation of not paying fighters. Do you think boxers would be hesitant to sign? Yes, because if you saw Callum Walsh's post-fight bonus, it was $5,000.
That's crazy. I don't think he'll treat boxing like the UFC though. I think he'll use that as a promotional company. So let's say Conor comes back, beats whoever, and Conor wants to fight. Let's just say it's Canelo. Right now, he doesn't really have much say in it, especially if Conor's out of contract. So if Zoo for boxing becomes a thing, he goes to Conor, baby, look, I'll promote you. This is your percentage. This is my percentage, and you go up against Canelo, and it doesn't do anything to your UFC contract. So we could be working in a world where where fights have a boxing contract with Zuffa and a UFC contract for MMA.
Yeah. So Zuffa boxing is basically going to be the UFC of boxing. Top guys make less money, but trickles way down to the no names as well. Pretty much, because I think they were mentioning about a boxing league, but you know why they're going to make the pay better? Because it's Turk Ali Sheikh backed. That's why. That's why he's getting involved in it now, because he's got a
backup,
a Saudi prince.
Yeah,
that is going to get Dana money for this, because no one was paying money to Dana to do Zuffa boxing. That's why that thing never got off the ground, because he was never going to get the money.
Yeah.
That's why, because Turk Ali Sheikh is gonna back that. Have you guys seen the Chris Eubank Jr. rant press conference?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yes.
Rescinded
Yes, and then he had to retract the statement
it
afterwards.
though, hasn't he? Yeah.
He had to retract it.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I hate Conor? No, not at all.
No,
He's a
not
greedy
at all.
crackhead that only cares about himself. He should retire. I think he's already retired, mate. And it depends what you mean as greedy. Do you think he's greedy? That is the reason why the UFC, him and the UFC have not sat down to fight. Because I think, for me, I think this is a UFC fault rather than a Conor fault. Because every time I see Conor talk, it's like, I want to fight, want to fight, want to fight, want to fight, want to fight. To fight, that's my contract. To finish it, and then I want to look elsewhere. And I think the UFC don't want him to go elsewhere. That's why they are reluctant to for him to fight out his contract. Who promoted McGregor versus Mayweather? Was it the UFC? It was McGregor Sports and Entertainment, and it was all of Mayweather's promotion stuff. Showtime.
I think the UFC did get a cut from that, hence why Dana let him do it.
Yeah. CJ Cross Promotion, Chedir said.
I do think we'll see a lot of that.
The boxing thing, Pereira versus Paul, possible or no? No.
I wouldn't say no to it. I don't. Here's the thing.
Dana has been talking nicely of Jake recently, so potentially. I went to AJ versus Dubois at Wembley. Conor was loving the attention on the screen. I was so tempted to go in, I was that close. It was that close. Next time we'll be getting there. We'll be there. But yeah, Conor loves the white powder stuff too much. Yes, let the guy retire, man. I don't. It's I think that's what Michael Bisping was slagging him off. I thought
that was a bit harsh. Yeah, I thought that was a bit harsh by him. Yeah, him and Anthony Smith are really going on Conor.
I'm like,
I didn't see the point in that.
Just let the guy enjoy life, but it's different when it's Conor, but not John Jones. Yeah. It's different when it's Jones. Yeah, it's different.
I don't understand why Michael and Anthony Smith were going in so much on him, because it just was like, it came across as a bit haterish, and I'm like, neither of you two should be hating on Conor. Like, he wasn't doing anything. He didn't do anything outlandish at the fight. If you don't like the way he dresses, like, just be like, yeah, I weren't really feeling the suit. But to go in on him like that, I was just like, I don't know, guys.
Big up Clark Kent. Big up.
Big up.
I think Dana's plan with the boxing thing, get huge crossover fights that no one would ever think of. Basically, like a more professional version of Misfits.
Yeah.
Based on watching British people covering MMA, I've noticed they say Dana as Dana.
No, we say Dana.
Dana. Conor is a legend regardless. He's literally built the sport so much.
Do you know what? On that, do you know tomorrow, the 27th, I might do a little video on my channel actually. The 27th will mark 10 years since Conor fought Poirier the first time.
Fucking hell. I've been 16.
That's insane, isn't it?
Shit.
I think, and again, we were fortunate to live through it. I get you can go back on Fight Pass and you can go on YouTube or wherever and watch previous Conor McGregor fights. I get that. But to actually live through Conor McGregor from his first fight, not even his first fight, his first interview of Ariel Helwani on the Helwani show, right up until him winning the belt against Aldo, that whole run was so legendary. Do you know what? No, I'll go further. Up until him fighting Floyd Mayweather was probably the most legendary run we've seen in combat sports history. Like, it was so, to be part of that. I remember Ronda was a part of that as well. That was when UFC was at its hottest, in my opinion. GSP was still knocking around. Jones was still in his peak. DC was there. Like, but Conor was the person that led that. He led it. I think people really sleep on what Conor achieved and what he was about. Because it wasn't just the fact that he was just talking a lot. Because Chael Sonnen did the talking stuff before him. Conor was talking the talk, but he was going out there and delivering sensational wins against high quality opposition. You look at someone like Aldo. Aldo's still fighting at the highest level. Starched Aldo in 14 seconds. Holloway still fighting at the highest level. He dominated Max Holloway and tore his ACL during the fight. Poirier still at the top of the division. He starched Poirier. Like, I can't underestimate how good that version of Conor McGregor was, man. So
another comment. Control. Shout out to the 12 people watching it as well. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe button, and make sure to sub to the Sanderson Show. He's literally about to hit the 2K mark, guys. So if you guys are in here, sub to me, not sub to me, but not sub to the Sanderson Show. Sub to the Sanderson Show. Let's get him 2K, please. And sub to Jamie Phillips as well. Football Chats, links in the description as well. Go through some of these comments quickly. Yeah, I watched that recent interview, A Star in the Making, Pure Charisma, Facts. Conor and AJ, the ones that made the sport so popular. Chael is the better trash talker, bar for bar, but Conor got the casuals into MMA. You know, yeah, Chael had some cold lines, you know. He had some cold lines.
Chael might be. Chael actually might be.
And another lovely comment here from Michael saying, you guys deserve more viewers. That's very much appreciated. We will believe. And then Dana said another comment from Dana as well. I think I'm going to keep this running for another 5 minutes because I've got to get up early for work, and I'm sure Callum's got to get up early tomorrow as well. So keep going for another 5 minutes. Dana entering the boxing universe. Riyadh season keeps cooking these banger cards, from promotion, visualization, and having the best fight. The best promoters are coming together. There's so many exciting things happening within boxing right now. And do you know why the best are fighting the best? Because Saudi are literally chucking you money you cannot refuse.
Yeah.
And that's why you're getting together. You're not getting together for the best to fight the best. You're getting together because you're making so much money. You're greedy. Yeah. That's why Dana's going into boxing. This is greed. This is all greed.
Yeah.
It's all greed. I don't think it's going to go well. Trust me, I don't think this will go as well as Dana thinks it is.
I'm interested to see how he does.
I can't imagine that Canelo is turning down I can't imagine the money Canelo is turning down for the Crawford fight. I heard he may accept that. I thought a leaked thing saying Canelo Crawford next year, May 2025.
I'm down for that. I hope that happens.
That happens. Watch along on Callum's channel.
That would be incredible. If Crawford pulls that off, man. Oh, bro.
Yeah. Get Drifty on there as well. If you had to predict the next pay-per-view star in MMA, who are you picking?
Bloody
star.
Next pay-per-view stuff. Maybe it could be Aspinall. The problem with Aspinall, though, he's already gone through a lot of the division. All right, so let's work about heavyweight division with Aspinall. Light heavyweight, Pereira's a star. I don't know if he's a pay-per-view star, though.
CJ with another good comment. If you ever found this gas tank, Hamzat.
I don't know. Possibly. I think people have jumped off the Hamzat train. Shavkat, maybe.
Shavkat, possibly, but unfortunately, his English needs to be a little bit better. But it's harsh, but it's true, unfortunately. CJ with a comment about Canelo Crawford. At some point, he'll have to accept he'll make over 200 million plus. Facts.
I would
have make a shit.
Is there a world where Canelo could be waiting on the winner of the fight between Beterbiev and Bivol?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Bivol's wife wants Beterbiev to win. They're going through some. They're going through some issues about child support.
A lot of issues if she's saying that.
Yeah, undisputed fight 12th of October for Bivol versus
Beterbiev. Yeah, it's a hell of a fight.
He wants the Bivol rematch. He wants to get battered by Bivol. You mean Bivol would piece him up?
You gotta be careful because if he goes up and fights Bivol again and loses, Bivol might just come down and take his belt his weight as well. He needs to stop knocking on that door, in my opinion.
And CJ with another great comment here. I love Terence Crawford. What a guy. I love that wifey, pure girl next door when he could trade her in for a supermodel. Never seen his missus.
Yeah.
So.
Crawford's just a real guy, man. He's no frills, he's just a real, genuine human being.
Absolutely.
I'd love to interview Crawford. I would love to interview Crawford.
Just trying to see if there's any more comments. Guys, just keep on firing your comments through. We'll go for another few minutes if that's all right, Callum.
Yeah, of course it is, bro.
Let's get Sanderson Show to 2K, guys. I swear to God, I might just say we're not leaving until Callum hits 2K.
I'm gonna just say I think might be there now.
Dana wants to be the HBO of boxing, work with promoters. Yeah, he wants to be a professional misfits.
Yeah, we've done it.
Yay, congratulations. Congratulations, Callum 2K on the Sanderson Show. So everyone that's subscribed, big up your damn selves. CJ here. I met Bud at a fight in Texas. Got to speak to him for 5 minutes. Dude, so down to earth. Felt like a normal conversation with someone.
That's what I hear about from loads of people say the same thing.
You guys done predictions for Beterbiev Bivol and leaning towards Beterbiev heavily. Well,
we'll do it next week, innit?
Spoiler.
No, the week after.
Spoiler. I will have a preview out for that on fight week. Hopefully, I've not told him, I've not asked him, and I've not told him. So hopefully get Ty on for Never Foul again, who's a massive boxing fan. So I'll get him back on the channel, get Callum, get Jamie back, get the gang together for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Luca, the Scottish Terrier sub, big up yourself. Bivol outboxes him and finishes him late. If you've got a gun to my head now, I'm saying Bivol decision at the moment.
I can't call it, but Beterbiev hits so hard.
I know it's that father time now. I'm just a bit.
Yeah.
Father time's catching up. Right, what else is on here? I think Dana's going to look to bring the UFC model into boxing. That's what the plan is, apparently. All right, this was the comment I wanted to read. I found it. I have to remember he's almost 40. Yes, he's true.
Yeah, very true.
Dana White is asked if he expects to bring the UFC model to boxing by having all the best fighters under one promotion. Listen, if you have to ask anybody, the UFC model works. It works. Talk about putting smoke up your own ass, because I don't think it works.
I don't know if it does.
And how are you going to get the best fighters onto your promotion?
If it works, why have you got people like Francis leaving to go and do boxing? Why did Conor have to go over to fight Floyd to make his beats bag? Why did Masvidal, Nate? Well, if it's the best model, why are these guys leaving?
Yeah, what he needs to work on is making the UFC product better. For me, personally. However, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up there for football this evening. great show as always. Big up to the comments as well, because I didn't big you up for the watch song as well. So big up to the comments. We're getting lots of interactions recently, so that means a lot. And also big up to Callum as well. Big up for joining me again as always.
Absolute pleasure, bro.
So I think I'll be on Jamie's channel tomorrow, Jamie Phillips Football Chats. I believe it's to talk about Liverpool. And then I should have Jamie back on the channel where we will touch on Jorge Masvidal making his UFC return next year. Come on, Luke. Keep on pushing the content out. I'm trying. I'm really trying. The schedule can get quite hectic sometimes at work and at home. Yeah. So it's definitely trying to balance that out. So I will try my best to push content out. Yes, so I'll just check what I'm doing tomorrow, Jamie. Because I think I've added something else in since I last messaged. The good chat in. Yeah, so it'll be about Masvidal's UFC return. He said he's going to come back in 2025 to fight. So he said we'll have some announcement on there. So me and Jamie will go through who we think his return opponent's going to be. I'll mention this to you, Callum, because this will be the topic tomorrow. I won't give my opinion on it. You'll find that out tomorrow. So Kamaru Usman said that John Jones is the Michael Jordan of MMA, and DC nearly walked out of the interview. Can I get your brief feelings on that?
How can he be Michael Jordan when he's been caught so many times doing crazy things? I mean, I don't know. I really do think they're really pushing this whole John Jones narrative to try and really boost pay-per-view buy for the one against Stipe, but I think people can see through it, man. I think the more they force John Jones down the audience throat, the more we rebel the audience towards him. At this point, they're harming his legacy more than he has in the past. Just leave him be. Book the fight. Just let it be now. He's not the MJ. Talent-wise, he's the most talented fighter we've ever seen. But if we're just going to sit here and ignore all the other stuff around it, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Captain blasphemy. Hey,
you're
preaching to the choir, brother. You're preaching to the choir. So if you want mine and Jamie's thoughts, better tune in tomorrow. And plus, we'll probably talk about something else as well, as well as Jorge Masvidal's return. We'll probably touch on Tom Aspinall's quotes as well that he made, I think, yesterday or today. So make sure to tune in for that one. Callum, got anything coming out that you want to push?
No, not at the moment. Not in the Sanderson Show. I'm in the process. Not next week, but the week after. I think I'm aiming of really ramping up. I may go live like 4 times a week on the Sanderson Show potentially. So
okay, that's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah, we might need to get crash over these streams, you know.
Bro. You know, you Jamie are always welcome. So yeah, I think it's time now, man.
It's
gonna try and really try and hit the ground running on this now and try and take St. Coppish to another level.
Absolutely, and we will all be there for that as well. If Khabib had continued, he could have been Jordan. Could have been.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's probably the nicest thing I'll say about Khabib.
Yeah, I agree with that comment. I do agree with that comment. I'm not Khabib's biggest fan. I do think he's as great as he is, as great as he was. I do think he's slightly overrated, but I agree with that comment.
Yep, and everyone that's tuned in, massive thanks to everyone, and make sure to subscribe to the Sanderson Show. Links in the description and in the title. Subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats, and then also subscribe to this channel for more content. Video out with Jamie tomorrow. And I'm doing the watch along for UFC Paris. Main card 8 o'clock, so check that out as well. So lots more content coming on the channel, and we will see you all very soon.